Hello and good afternoon, YouTube. You're tuned in to the Katie Talk One-on-One show. So, as you guys enter the building, make sure you go ahead, tap that thumbs up, and most definitely share if you care. Subscribe to the channel if you have not, and big shout out to all of my subscribers. All right, so I'm gonna get off into this. So I know everyone has been speaking on the 4B movement, whether it will make its way over to the United States, but I say it already has. And I think women over here in the Western world really been going with the 4B movement for maybe about the past 5 years. But I think we call it more of decentering males. So that's what we're calling it over here in the great United States. And I ended up running across this. It kind of went viral over on TikTok. There was a young lady speaking on the Black community and basically the negative effects that the 4B movement could have on the Black community. So I'm going to get off into this video here. So you guys listen to what she has to say about, I guess, the concerns that she has about the 4B movement and, the possible effects it could have on the Black community. Take a listen to her. Okay, hold on, let me push play. And here we go.
The Black fathers, and we didn't need Black men with the feminist movement. And now this 4B movement, we about to let these women from Korea convince us to not create families in the Black community. And I'm seeing women, I just did my research. I saw a few videos and I see women talking about, I've been on a 4B movement. I'm on a 4C, D, E, F. We don't need these men. We got to strategize. We got to get strategic about how these men are about to come after us. Y'all been talking about these centering men. Like, y'all got to wake up. This is not beneficial to us. If y'all think the strategy is getting rid of men, not having families, not having babies, that's going to be a lonely, lonely life. All it is a way to keep you single and by yourself. And that is not a healthy, happy, fulfilling life, to be by yourself. Who wants to be by yourself? Like, seriously. I know we talk about I'm single by choice. Okay, for now, which is cool. But y'all, so we about to, this is what we are strategizing. Not strategizing how we can create families, how we can better our community. We strategizing on how we can lock in as women and, I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna pray.
Okay, Pikmisha, you go ahead and keep on praying and keep on trying to hang in with men who have basically made 70% of our community single moms. Go ahead and keep hanging in with them and, keep those prayers going. I'll say a prayer for you. Okay, so and then we have women like this, and I feel like these women like this, these Pikmisha type of women, they're really angry. What's up with your bougie Barbie? Shout out to my moderator. So you guys make sure you hit that thumbs up. Shout out to you, bougie Barbie. So yeah, girl, I'm talking about, these people that feel like the 4B movement is harmful to the Black community, as if the Black community is not already harmful to the Black community. Okay, so you have Pikmishas like her, the lady I just showed in the other video, who talk about feminism, took our men out of the home and whatnot. But it's looking like it really wasn't feminism, and the men were never really even took out the home at the end of the day. As you guys know, I did the video plenty of times on the vanishing Black family. So it looks like when the man was in the home, all he continued to do was have sex and pop her up with children and whatnot. So it's basically like our community was already doomed from the start. And I think the 4B movement is actually a move to a better place to get rid of these, 70% of the people in our community already being raised just by the women alone. And then we have a woman like this who's here with her husband. Take a listen to what she had to say. This is 1978. So yeah, this was in 1978, far, far, far before the 4B movement. Take a listen
And
to
this
this.
breaks up so many poor families.
One of the saddest things is that many of the children whose parents are on welfare will, in their turn, end up in the welfare trap when they grow up. In this public housing project in the Bronx, New York, 3/4 of the families are now receiving welfare payments.
Well, Mr. Brown wanted to keep away from this kind of thing for a very good reason. The people who get on welfare lose their human independence and feeling of dignity. They become subject to the dictates and whims of their welfare supervisor, who can tell them whether they can live here or there, whether they may put in a telephone, what they may do with their lives. They're treated like children, not like responsible adults. And they're trapped in the system. Maybe a job comes up that looks better than welfare, but they're afraid to take it, because if they lose it after a few months, it may be 6 months or 9 months before they can get back onto welfare. And as a result, this becomes a self-perpetuating cycle rather than simply a temporary state of affairs.
Our digital PDF.
So really, it's just sounding like the welfare system was more of a handicap than a help. But even back then, they said the man, the children were better off without the man in the home. It's looking like, because he really wasn't able to support the home at all. Okay, so the video I was just about to show you, I want you guys to listen to this. So I feel like when it comes to women who make videos like this, they're basically begging and pleading and worshiping the black male to somehow they feel like he will change and will love them and show them the love that they desire. Take a listen to her.
I don't give a fuck about who's saying they don't need no man, no black man. I need you, baby. I need you strong. And I need you safe. I need you aware. I need you healthy. I need you. I need you on your fucking square. I need you. I need you at your peak performance. I need you, black man. I need you. And I'm going to do everything that I can to be an asset and a resource to you, because I need you. I need you. I need you. And I appreciate you saying we need each other, because, yeah, you stick around long enough, you're going to realize you need me too. Don't doubt yourself. Trust me. You need me. You need me. I'm your skeleton key. I can get you in any room. I can get you in any opportunity. I can bring out the best in you. You need me. And we be out here acting like we don't need each other. And that's so fucked up, because we got what each other need.
Girl, I don't know. I think you are the only one that's in that boat, because I don't think black men are sailing in that boat with you, my sister. As a matter of fact, this is what they're saying about us. I want you guys to take a look at this. Shout out to the Queen Maker. I want you guys to take a look at this. So you have a vast amount of black women making videos like that, saying that they need the black man. Okay, and they're saying that the so-called, they're saying that the 4B movement, if it's moved over here in the Western world, it could destroy the black family. But you have black men, sounds like she needs help. That's the same thing I was thinking, Barbie. It sounds like she needs help, and it sounds like she got some self-esteem issues as well. It sounds like she got some self-esteem problems. So you have, and you know what, Barbie, the sad thing is that that is not the only video that I have seen like this. I have seen women, a bunch of women making videos apologizing to the black man, like, black men, I am sorry. I am sorry. And then, sadly, you have videos like this, what I'm about to show you, of black men making videos like this. So you're saying that you need them, and this is what they're saying about you, black women. Take a listen to this.
You can do outside of killing the black women we have right now that will make any significant change in our society. Once we see the root of evil, which is the black woman, we have to cut her out. You can't chastise her. You can't punish her. You can't discuss anything with her because she's made it blatantly clear that she does not care about you or your well-being or what's best for you. She does not care about the rightness or the wrongness of anything. She just wants to win. She just wants what she wants. If the system isn't going to change, and it's not, if the female isn't going to change, and she's not, who needs to change? Us, we do. We've tried everything and we failed. The only thing we haven't tried is violence. And we know that will actually succeed. Historically speaking, it's always been the case. When you read the Bible, what does it tell you to do?
Do you realize how being a pick me is so dangerous? You have women like the woman I showed in the video before saying, Black men, we need you. Black men, I need you. We need each other. And then you flip the page and turn the video, and you have a Black man on a platform, looks like he's probably a pastor of some sort. He's saying that you need to take Black women off earth. Yet you still have women out here being pygmies. Y'all are so dangerous. And I don't think y'all realize how dangerous y'all are. I do not feel like a 4B movement would be a detriment to the Black community at all. If anything, it'll help it. If anything, it will make these numbers go down when it comes to the percentage of single women who are out here in our community raising these kids by themselves. 70% of them been out here raising kids by themselves, not good kids, because you know they say a big amount of them are ended up in prison. And you know, those numbers can, you know, be a little tainted. But for the most part, if they are out here in large numbers already raising families all by themselves, then what harm could a 4B movement do? What harm could decentering men do? If anything, y'all need to get away from these men because they're all making y'all single moms. Take a listen to them.
The time in America, not outside of America, but inside of America.
The Black woman has led the Black family and the Black community ever since Black Americans have been over here. That the matriarchy goes back to slavery. As I was telling you the other day, it's layered. So you have what comes out of slavery, and then you also have what comes out of Marxism, which is feminism. Feminism is an outgrowth of Marxism, or one of the many children of Marxism.
70% of the Black children born in America are raised by single mothers.
So there you go, 70%, 70%. We all know those numbers. 75 to 70% of y'all are already raising children on your own. So what harm could decentering and getting away from the men that are making you single mothers, what harm could that do, you getting away from them? I don't think it could do no harm. If anything, it's going to do good. That's what I think. And you know what? I see a big fear. I see a big fear in them. And a big reason, I believe, why you have a lot of the Pikmishas who are mad about the 4B movement. And you think when a woman is out here being a pygmy, you think she would be happy about the 4B movement because it's going to open up the doors for her to be able to get a man easier because a lot of women are decentering the man. So it will open up the doors for, you know, her to spread herself around and get every man that she can. But I'm going to tell you why. Why is the Pikmisha, why are the pygmies upset about the 4B movement? A big reason why they are upset is because the job of a Pikmisha, especially the married ones, the jobs of the Pikmishas are going around waving their rings saying, see, if you be more feminine, if you value these men, if you do this and you do that, and you are willing to go 50-50, you lower your standards, maybe you could get a man. My man, my man, my man. They're the ones out here waving their rings in the single women faces, propping their marriage and throwing their marriage up in single women faces. And we are the ones who are supposed to want that marriage. We're supposed to want a man. We're supposed to feel bad about being single. But now you have all of these movements, decentering men movement. You got the 4B movement. Look like it's making its way over here. Started in Korea. So you have all these movements of these women decentering men. Now, them waving their rings around, it's not looking like a flex. Actually, people looking at you like you stupid. All of the things that they have done that's supposed to shift women into submission. That's the Pikmisha job, is to get women into submission. That's why you hear the men rooting them on and clapping them on, because they're supposed to be the ones to shift women over to worshiping these men. And their job has failed very miserable. I mean, y'all job has failed. If you a pick me out here, you feeling bad right now because you're like, dang, we've been out here waving our rings around saying, at least I got a man. At least I got a man. It's not a flex for y'all anymore. It's not a flex for y'all anymore at all. Actually, they looking at y'all like y'all stupid. It's not a flex anymore. So people are, you're not being propped up anymore like you used to. People sitting around making videos like this. Hold on. Let me start up. It's not a flex anymore. And it's really sad because if you are the type who wear your marriage like it's a badge of honor, or you being able to, my man,
yourself, cry, have an ego death, and then get really hot, get a bunch of hobbies. He hates you, they hate us. Men do not like us. Be alone. That's really the only other option. Just be alone, look in the mirror, sit with yourself, cry, have an ego death, and then get really hot, get a bunch of hobbies, be extremely successful, and write a fucking book or something. Just be alone. Oh my God. It is so much better than being with someone who fucking hates your ass.
Thank you. Man, if what she said wasn't the truth, boy, I don't know what is. It's better being single to be with somebody that hate you. So yeah, right now, the Pikmishas are mad. Yeah, the Pikmishas are the ones saying, this is going to destroy our community. How can you destroy something that's already in shambles? That was my question. When I seen the young lady talking about it over on TikTok, oh, this 4B movement about to destroy our Black community. Girl, what are you talking about? This is something that's already been destroyed. What else can you do to destroy something that's already in shambles? What else can you do? So, yes, women are choosing to be single. And why is everybody panties in a bunch? Why is everybody panties in a bunch about women choosing their self? Y'all, women out here, and I'm talking about married, single, whatever, y'all should realize y'all power. Please realize your power. If you out here with low self-esteem and feel like you have no hope, please realize your power, because you got the pygmy women, and then you have even married men out here speaking against the 4B movement. Let me tell you why the married men are upset, because it's going to lower their chance of being able to get a side chick. That's why they out here mad. I feel like if you are a married woman or a married man, why are you out here in single people business? That's what I want to know. But this advice that this young lady had to say, I feel like was very valuable. Her name is Tiffany T. Listen to what she has to say.
But I'm going to be honest with you. If you really, ladies, if you really trying to be successful in your business, or you got a new endeavor that you're trying to pursue, the best thing you can do is stay single. I promise you, as a living witness, 100% of the women that I know personally. Now, if I don't know you, if I don't have your number in my phone, I can't pull up on you, we don't talk, I'm not talking to you. But 100% of the married women that I know are miserable. Okay? For whatever reason they choose to stay or whatever, I know for a fact the women that I know, miserable. I just had somebody, a married woman in my car, and all they doing is she arguing with her husband. Get off the phone with him. She complaining about him. Statistics. Because it's always a man that get on here, that's why you single. When a man tell you that's why you single, take it as a compliment.
I promise I take it as a compliment when a man say that. Because at the end of the day, for the most part, for a woman to get a man, she has to lower herself down, even for him to come along and be able to get her. Because if she stands on principle and she stands on morals and standards, a lot of these men out here won't have a woman. If women out here really, truly stand on business 100%, when it comes to their morals, what they deserve, a lot of men won't have women. So yeah, you saying that's why you gonna be single forever. That's why you're gonna have a house full of cats. Honey, I love my cat. And being single is not a dig.
Okay? Straight up. Because statistics, I don't really like to quote statistics because all of that stuff don't matter to me. I know my reality. But statistics show that the happiest people are married men and single women.
Boy, why don't you take a listen to what that young lady just said? The happiest people out here are married men and single women. I wonder why is that?
The majority of the burden of your marriage is going to fall on the wife. I don't want to hear shit, none of that about you men. First of all, if you got a good woman, a lot of y'all do not appreciate her. You know, but I'm telling you from what I've seen and from my own experience as just taking the time out to be single after my relationship, I would not have been as successful as I am in my business, my new business ventures that I have, if I was in a relationship. Men are too fucking needy, then they competitive, and then they jealous. It's always...
And that is a cocktail for a terrible, terrible situation. That's a cocktail. She hit it on the head. Yes, I promise she did, Barbie. When I say she hit it on the head, she just said they competitive, they insecure, and they jealous. Man, that's a bad combination. And you're living and trying to work out a whole lifestyle with a person like that. You competitive and you jealous. Oh, bad combination. Bad combination.
Oh, well, you don't never make time for me. You don't this, you don't that. It's always complaining about what you don't do. I ain't got to listen to none of that. I can walk around the comforts of my own home, butt ass naked.
I know that's right. You can walk around and be comfortable. And then this is what trips me out, just having to be in a relationship and balance somebody's insecurities. You got to balance another person's jealousy. And this is whether you're a man or a woman or whatever. If you're in a relationship, you have to balance somebody else plus balance yourself at the same time. That's work. And you're going to try to make me feel bad about wanting to be single? Are you serious?
Eat a bowl of cereal if that's what I want to do. I ain't got to worry about somebody coming in asking me, man, what you cook? You cook something?
Oh my God. When I was in a relationship, I hated that. I remember being at work for 7, 8, 9, 10 hours, getting out. What you gonna cook? I don't feel like cooking. What you mean?
You know, man, slapping me on my ass or whatever. Just whatever it is that women go through, what I've gone through, being in my relationships. Listen, being married is something that I don't look forward to. It's not a desire of mine. It's not a need for me. But for those of you that want to do it, make sure you marry the right person. Because marrying the wrong man will set you back mentally, financially, and spiritually. And then for the men in the back that's going to get on here and talk about, well, that's why you lonely, you this. Nothing that you can say to me on To do. The men who act.
Oh, what she just said just almost took me out. Hold on, before I get off into that young gentleman, and that's actually an actor that's he's in one of the 50 Cent shows. I'm gonna show what he was talking about earlier. But let me show y'all what she just said here.
Men that reply and make comments under women posts are men who ain't got shit to do. The men who actually making money, who happy in their marriage and they keep their woman satisfied, they ain't on this app responding and replying and making comments. It's only the bum ass men that ain't got shit else to do. You clocking out because you done with work. You don't even want to pick up no extra hours because you want to do the bare minimum.
Okay, and you ladies, when you first meet guys like that, if he ain't putting in no overtime and he's able to do overtime, watch them type of men. Because those type of men who are going to be on their job, men are supposed to take their job serious. Those type of men who are on the job and refuse to put in overtime, those are men who just want to get by and do the bare minimum. They're not only like that on their jobs, they're going to be like that in their relationship too. They're going to want to do just the bare minimum, but they're going to want to get the most up out their job. Those are the type who are going to want to get most out of their relationship. Boy, what she said right here was the truth.
It's only y'all that's on these apps under women, videos and making comments. One thing I don't do, I don't comment on other people's stuff. Because, we all got opinion and we all live a certain type of reality of life. It's just that in my reality and what I've seen, there are more miserably married women than there are happy. Now, like I said, if you're a happily married woman, congratulations to you. But the majority of the women that I know personally that are married are unhappy. They miserable. For whatever reason, a lot of them are dealing with very narcissistic men who will rather compete with their woman than collaborate.
Thank you. They would rather compete than collaborate because they're insecure and jealous. Imagine that. That's why a lot of those women are unhappy. And like she just said, the women who are married and happily married, man, shout out to you because you are a very small number. There's not a lot of happily married women out here. I remember back in the days, the women used to outlive the men. Now the men are out here outliving they woman. You seeing it, man. I'm seeing it myself. The women are passing, God rest my granny's soul. She passed away at the end of 22. And my granny she was like 10, 11 years younger than my grandpa. My grandpa just hit 94 back in December, I believe. He turned 94 years old. My granny passed when she was 83, the end of 22. Just a few weeks after her 83rd birthday. So I'm noticing that the women are dying before the man because the man out here draining all of her life. I mean, he draining her and he's healthy and just pushing. Might make it over 100 years old. You just never know. So it's like, y'all married women, y'all marriage, baby, the marriage ain't a flex anymore. Y'all can't flex and show y'all rings off anymore like that because we looking at y'all like, I mean, people listening to the percentage and all of the statistics, and we're like, man, y'all women out here fronting. And y'all know if y'all seen my video, Marriage Is Not a Flex, I read through a lot of the married statistics. And it's obvious that a lot of people out here are just fronting in line. I see one statistic talking about, 74% of people out here are happily married. And then you have 4 months later, they say 52% of them marriages end up in divorce. And then the other 9 to 12%, they stay separated but don't get a divorce. So that's 70-some% of these marriages ended in divorce, but just months before, 70% of y'all happy. Come on, if these people coming around y'all doing these statistics around your husband or your wife, y'all not gonna sit and say, hey, I'm married, but damn it, I'm sure ain't happy. People not gonna sit there and be honest like that. Let's just keep it 100. Come on now. And I want you guys to listen to this. And you know what? Just on a serious note, I was listening to, I don't know if you guys watch Judge Lynn Toler, but I was listening and watching how this woman was crying and the good advice she was giving her. And I said, you know what? This looks like a good example of why the 4B movement was started. Take a listen to the advice Lynn Toler gave her. Shout out to the judge.
But you can decide how often you let them do you wrong. And you keep letting them do you wrong. You feel horrible. You are never secure, you're never happy, and you continue to choose it because you're too afraid to take that move. And let me tell you something. If you're afraid you just can't get another dude, because I know the market's tight, I get that part. But if you're afraid you'll never get another dude, isn't it better to be happy and whole and feel good about yourself by yourself than it is to feel low and degraded and unloved with another dude? You do not need a man to define you. A man should be an option, not a definition. You with me?
Oh my God, thank you. A man should be an option and not a definition. You Pikmis, please take this message and run with it. A man is an option. You don't need, it's not a necessity. Some women and some men are like that too. I think it's probably a bigger percentage of men, but I think a lot of women from patriarchy has, took on that belief. But it's a lot of men out here that cannot make it without a woman. But for a woman to feel like that, a woman who's full of love, who's full of life, able and capable of love, should never feel like, oh, I need a man.
Make people do right by you, but you can decide how often you let them do you wrong.
Thank you. You cannot make a person do right, but you can decide whether you let them do you wrong. Man, if that ain't real talk, I don't know what is. And then this is the funny thing to me. When it comes to the 4B movement, you're going to see a lot more of this. Okay, so this is the Raising Cain start. So I think this is the guy who plays is Raising Cain. Listen to the message that he had for single women. Listen to this.
That's not, you're not being honest. Single is cool for about a month or two. After a while, you're going to want to get your back blown out. After a while, you're going to want to have some dinners. After a while, you can get tired of just hanging around your girlfriends. After a while, you're going to get tired of every night hanging with your kids and your cats. You're going to get tired. Y'all not being honest. You said no kids, but how old are you? We haven't even gone into looks. We're not talking about if y'all in shape or not. You better consider all of that. Yeah, no kids is one thing, but now we got to consider everything. If we talking about how a man is looking at you. Look, I'm not tearing nobody down. I'm just trying to help y'all to live in the truth. You mess around, get your feelings hurt, living in this fairy tale world. You got to come to the truth. Yeah, there's peace in being single. There's also loneliness.
Look at y'all. Look at him. And that's the same thing that first girl said. Let me go back to what she just said. So you're going to have more and more people. You guys be prepared. What's up? So you guys be prepared. It's going to be more and more and more people coming out making videos like this. What is wrong with y'all ladies? Y'all want to be single. You know you don't want to be by yourself. Man, are you serious? Don't you know you can be in a whole relationship and still be lonely? Y'all could be in a whole relationship and still, damn it, be lonely if you ain't with the right person. They're going to be staying out, doing their own thing. and you gonna be at home alone, and you still in a relationship, and then you get up and go to work, waving your ring around to all the single women talking about my husband, my man, my man, my man. And y'all know y'all don't be happy. That's what's crazy to me. Let me hear what this brother got to say here.
Just hearing not only about the 4B movement, I've been hearing about that. The 4G, I'm assuming that's for top G's, top gangsters. I'm assuming that's for guys. But I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, and I will not assume that it's for guys who want to be like Andrew Tate. But, oh, actually TMI, because I'm going to say some adult things right now. One of the criteria was no provision. And I'm going to tell you right now, these women can work their own jobs. These women can go to school on their own. They can put their money in a bank account. They can have friends. They can invest in themselves. That ain't going to be no problem. But the one that I really wanted to get to was no sex. I mean, it's not like y'all getting it anyway, but I think this is an amazing.
At the end of the day, sex is a big distraction to most men. So if y'all stop having sex, it'll probably be a really good thing. You're going to see people out here more productive, probably like people getting in shape more, people being able to make more investments, opening up more businesses. I mean, it's going to be people out here being more productive. A lot of people lay around and have sex and they don't have energy to do nothing. But let me tell you this, I feel like when it comes to the 4B movement, you know, and I'm not talking about everyone, and I'm not, before I say this, I'm not sending out any kind of disrespect towards the LGBTQ community, but most definitely when it comes to the LGBTQ community, the men in the LGBT community, they're going to be happy about the 4B movement because that's going to send more men their way. Now, you women out here complaining about men being on the DL. Man, I'm telling you, this 4B movement is going to make a lot of the men in the LGBT community happy because with women not giving them sex, they're going to start turning to the LGBT community. So a lot of the men out of that community are going to benefit from this 4B community. Have y'all seen, just being honest, have you seen any LGBT male, people out of that community speaking against the 4B movement? They're not going to step up and say, y'all women don't need to do this 4B thing. But when it comes to the pick me women, of course, they're going to talk against it because everything that they've been trying to convince women of needing men, they see that all that has fallen upon deaf ears. And the women are no longer falling for that bait of my man, my man, my man. You are no longer making those women feel bad about not having a man. So they're speaking against it, but the guys in the LGBT community, they're going to be like, oh, girl, y'all go on and do that 4B movement, honey. Go on and do it. They're going to be happy. I'm just being honest, not trying to be funny or nothing like that, not disrespecting anyone. But yes, those are the people who are going to be happy. They're going to be happy. And I mean, at the end of the day, when it comes to people feeling like it's a bad thing for the Black community, I feel like it's a good thing. And I was just talking about, did a video about selective breeding. I mean, selective breeding is basically decentering man, 4B movement. Yeah, because you're going to stop having their babies. You're going to stop having their babies. So that's gonna put y'all in a position where it's going to be less single moms. I feel like the whole, it's like more people want to hear about the problem, and then you have less people wanting to hear about the solution. So at the end of the day, we can sit around here on these platforms and talk about the problem all day. But let's talk about the solution. The solution is closing your legs to them men. Close your legs to these men who are making you single mothers. That is the best solution. If these people are not going to change, you have to change. Like that crazy man was talking about, that old crazy man talking about we need to take out all black women. Man, y'all should have been had this movement going on. You should have been. I mean, this should have been a thing. I sit around and think, like, what took so long? I really wish, like, back when I was in high school or whatnot, I wish it was I wish the internet was popping like this, where it was good information like this out. Because at the end of the day, the people who raised us, they didn't leave us with any good advice. They didn't tell us, hey, you being out here and being a single mom, it's gonna be hard. This is gonna be hard. No, they tell you, they telling you because they have a lot of kids and stuff like that. They're telling you there's nothing wrong with it. I remember after having my first son, and I was with my son's father. We was together for a good 4 years. And I was with him, and there was people coming along talking about, girl, when you gonna have another one? I'm like, dang, I just had this one. Okay, I gotta give my stuff a rest for a second. Y'all asking me when I'm gonna have another one? So you had women coming up around those days giving females advice like that. And I wasn't even married. Like, I wasn't married. We was in a relationship together, living together, but we weren't married. And that's the first thing they're asking after you had your first one. When you have another, that's because they want to see you packed in the house with a bunch of kids and stressed out like they was. And they will never, those will never be the type of women to be sitting around, even if they married, they probably be sitting around feeling like single mothers anyway. So you got a lot of married single mothers out here anyway. But because they are in that situation, they had too much pride to pull you to the side and tell you, girl, go on and get on and stay on your birth control. Out here having a house full of kids, this stuff's so stressed out. Girl, sometimes I be want to pull my hair out. Girl, go on and get on your birth control, but congratulations on the baby. These women had too much pride in them. Being an adult trying to fight this weight off is hard. And you being overweight, it's unhealthy, baby. Yes, I'm a little overweight, baby. I'm overweight. But it's something that's bad. It's something that's still bad. Even though I'm dealing with being overweight, I'm not too prideful to tell my child or tell another child that may be going through it, hey, this ain't what you want. This can lead to high cholesterol, diabetes, type 2. This can lead to this and that. This can lead to you going into an early grave. I'm never going to be so full of pride looking at the fact that I'm going through something. I will never be that full of pride where I can't tell the next person good advice. Because I'd be like, damn, if I talk to them and tell them it's wrong to be fat, it's going to make me look bad. No, I'm telling you this because I care about you. We need to care enough about the next generation to be like, hey, I effed up. Hey, I know my life like this, but damn it, I don't want to see you go down the same path. I don't want to see my children have to struggle with weight like I did. Because it's a struggle. And I don't deal with things like binging or eating too much food. It's the types of food that I be craving. I ain't even going to lie. I don't binge eat. I don't overeat. It's the types of food. And then now I'm at an age where my body metabolism has switched up. I don't think I'm on my way to menopause, but I'm not for sure. I know I'm 43, and some people go through menopause in their 30s, but I don't think mine started yet. But it's a lot of factors that can come into it's being hard to take the weight off. But still, I know it's a problem. And still, I could tell the next person, hey, this ain't what you want. So that's I believe that was a big, big deal with why people in my generation probably did make bad decisions. Like I remember when Urban was on my panel, and I was telling him, you know, a lot of us ended up making the same mistakes that the people before us made. And it's because they had too much pride in them to even be able to tell us the truth. They had way too much pride to be able to tell us the truth. So it's like we were in positions where we really didn't know any better at the end of the day. But I want y'all to listen to this sister, just in case y'all didn't see me play this, to listen to what she talking about. This tripped me out.
So we already let the white women convince us to kick out the black fathers and we didn't need black men with the feminist movement. And now this 4B movement, we about to let these women from...
And as you know, that is not true. The feminist movement did not convince us to kick out the black men. Y'all know when y'all seen that video, when Tim was on the Vanishing Black Family, he said, if a woman have a baby, that's on her. So it was the black men who walked away. Let's get that right. Don't start the video off with lies. The lies you tell.
Korea convince us to not create families in the black community. And I'm seeing women, I just did my research. I saw a few videos and I see women talking about.
Because she's talking about, y'all gonna let a Korean movement, a 4B movement convince us not to make black families. Girl, it's 70% of the black families being led by just a woman. And then the man just go on his merry little way and make a whole nother family that's going to be another broken family. It's even an uptick in single motherhood amongst other races other than black women, because it's black men that's dating and creating babies outside of their race, and they're still leaving those non-black women single mothers. So you can't say this is just a black woman's, this ain't just no black woman thing. Now, in every single space that you go to, if there is a problem, at one point, when are you going to turn the mirror on yourself? It's always somebody else's fault, though.
I've been on a 4B move. I'm on a 4C, D, E, F. We don't need these men. We got to strategize. We got to get strategic about how these men are about to come after us. Y'all been talking about these centering men. Like, y'all got to wake up. This is not beneficial.
They've been talking about it, but they haven't been doing it. I think it's just now getting to the point where they're actually doing it. Probably like the past 2 years, I would say. I think it's been going on maybe the past 2 to maybe 5 years. For a second, it was just talk. They weren't actually doing it. Now I think it's at the point where they're actually doing it now.
To us, if y'all think the strategy is getting rid of men, not having families, not having babies, that's going to be a lonely life. All it is a way to keep you single and by yourself, and that is not a...
No, ma'am. Think of how lonely it is being a single mom. Think of how lonely that is. That is that is the loneliest feeling ever. Especially when you're dealing with situations where the relationship couldn't last even through her giving birth. Imagine a woman being in the hospital giving birth and her baby father is not in that room. Even if she do have like a mother, a best friend, or a sister that's in there. When that father not in that room, that's still a lonely feeling. So you try to convince these women that we need to continue to create babies in a community where 70% of the women are left single moms? This is the stupidest crap I ever heard. I'm sorry. Oh my God. And I always try to watch my language and stuff, because I know how YouTube is with the words and whatnot. But my God, some of the stuff that I hear, it make you actually want to say a 4-letter word, honey. It actually make you want to say a 4-letter word when you hear people say the stupidest things, and they say these things just trying to get, applause and trying to get clout from the men. They want to get their belly rubs. I mean, like I said, even when I was listening to the Love Dorsey, what she said, when she was like, yeah, single mothers, they raising the worst kids, they filling up the prison. Yes, statistically, that's true. But to solve that problem, it is not valuing men. You dealing with a community of men who are leaving 70% of the women out here single moms, and you sitting here talking about how you need to value a man. No, she need to choose better. No, baby, she need to close her legs. But see, women like this woman on the camera, women like a Love Dorsey, women like that, with that pick me mentality, they will say things that are a detriment against their self to get approval from men. And that is why the 4B movement is well needed. And I apologize, y'all. Yesterday, I know I was supposed to go live and talk about the Fresh and Fit situation, but and when I got to looking into that Fresh and Fit story, it just don't sound real to me. So I didn't really want to waste y'all time or waste my time talking about it. I mean, it's a lot of other people out there talking about it. You can go and listen to it. I think Themis and those, he talking about it. You see all the red pill men out there talking about Fresh. And when I just looked at everything, I was like, this don't even look real. I'm like, come on now. I'm not even finna waste these people time talking about this. I want to come to y'all with it's too much real stuff going on out here than for us to talk about some make-believe stuff, some stuff some people just kind of put together. You put a whole skit together to try to get some attention over there to Fresh and everything. Y'all know they are demonetized on YouTube. They just trying to get some attention, I feel like. And I don't feel like, I don't think that Fresh and Fit story was real. I'm sorry, that's just my opinion. I don't know how y'all feel about that, but I don't think the Fresh and Fit story was real. And it's another thing I wanted to say. I wanted to share, shout out to Princella. And y'all gonna follow Princella on YouTube, and she's also over on TikTok. Really good videos, female empowerment. I mean, she got the breakdown in the scientific information. Y'all got to listen to her. But listen to what she said, and this is something that I really, really, really paid attention to when there was a young lady. This particular video here was a while ago. I think this video was almost a year ago. All this stuff that's going on in the 4B movement, Priscilla been talking about this, but it was something that this young lady ended up saying on TikTok before. She said, in order for a 4B movement to work, in order for women to properly decenter men, y'all first gonna have to stop thinking that God is a male. That's gonna be the number one thing that y'all are gonna have to recondition and train yourselves from thinking like that. Listen to what Priscilla had to say here.
All of these areas around the world are patriarchal. They're run by males. The government is majority male. Your religions are patriarchal religions. If we want to talk about extreme, baby, male domination is extreme. But me telling the flat out truth, raw truth, there is no extremism in this. Let me show you extreme, though. Let me show you extreme. Oh, dang, I got to log into my other.
Oh, I just played this video what she about to play. I had just played this for y'all. This is about the men who say you need to take all black women off earth. Okay, really crazy message that he put out there. He felt like you need to take all black women off earth. And then you go back and you hear these black women talking about, I love you, black man. I need you. I love you. Girl, y'all out here trying to be attractive to whole killers and predators. Y'all don't know. A lot of y'all don't realize and y'all don't know the danger that you are in. And you out here lowering yourself to whole killers, predators, people that hate you. I'm telling you, this movement was needed. It's basically like a whole cleansing is going on right now. A whole cleansing going on. I wish I could have did a video on the eclipse, but I didn't get a good view on the eclipse out here. But I really feel like that eclipse they had is a good cleansing of what the earth needs. It's something about the spiritual meaning of an eclipse is basically ridding out all the bad old things and preparing yourself, getting prepared for the new blessings that are to come. So I feel like this 4B movement is a form of cleansing. It's too many women out here that have been hurt. It's a lot of hurt women out here. And I remember telling my sister one time, I was like, I can never try to knock a person on the hurt things that they've been through and what makes a person feel the way they feel. And I'm going to say this. Whenever you have a female that probably went through some stuff with a bad man, you can't blame her for like, hey, I don't want to deal with men. You can't knock her for that. Don't sit and think, oh girl, you just chose the wrong one. Get on out there and try again. No, she's gonna get out there and she's gonna be the one to be jumping from one relationship to another, from one to another, from one to another, because she hasn't took time to break down and really, really analyze the whole makeup, belief in just the whole nature of a man, because they're never going to be able to love you the way that you love them. Never. And that's where this whole decentering thing has came for a reason. This whole earth, it's time for this whole earth to cleanse, because you're in a position where it's a lot of global warming. You're in a position where there's a lot of kids out here in foster care. There are already a big number of children out here that are in foster care. And then when they sit and ask, oh, why do us women need a man? You need us to make babies, but you leaving all of us single mothers. There's already a big amount of kids out here in the foster system without families. How about trying to be a family to those kids who are already here? You got to try to cultivate and take care of what's already here on earth. It's not about trying to make more babies. For the most part, truly, truly ask a man, why do you feel like a woman and a man need each other? Why do you feel like I need you? Shout out to Unpopular. Shout out to you. She said, so true. So you sitting here trying to figure out, why do I need you? And the first thing you say is to make kids. So what do you mean, make kids so you can leave me a single mom? 70% of our community ran by single mothers. So you telling me I need you, but I'm still out here having to raise the kid by myself? Come on now. This world is in shambles out here. I mean, they're creating AI so they don't need us. And then you talking about creating more people, flood the earth even more, put them out here to have to live a struggling, hard life even more. This economy is in shambles. Why do you want to create more children to bring them into a bad system, a system that ain't for them anyway, especially when it comes to male children? This system is not set up for us at all. It's not set up for us. So yes, everything that's been going on out here, I just feel like it's just a lot of stuff resurfacing on, you know, why the 4B movement is needed. So yeah, I just feel like, hey, this is something that should have been going on. That's what I think. I really do feel that way. And I just feel like more people are gonna join the movement. And I was trying to find, I'm sorry, you guys, I was trying to find this video of this man who said something on TikTok. He said something that was so profound to me. And I know a lot of men, if they listen to what that guy said, they will probably be going to find him and jump on him. But this is what he said. I couldn't even find it. I was just looking for it. But to break it down, this is what this gentleman said. He said he wished that it was men who were actually being subjugated instead of the women. You know how oppressed they had women all the way back in the 1800s and the early 1900s. You know, we didn't even get the right to have our own bank accounts, to be able to vote, all that stuff until like the 60s. When that's why the feminist movement was needed, because women were under, you know, such heavy patriarchy. Patriarchy been going on since the beginning of time. It was just worse back then. It's still going on now. But man, when I'm talking about worse, but that man actually said he wished it was men who was in submission instead of the women. Just think how good this earth probably would be if it was the men who were under oppression instead of the women, if things were reversed. If our whole nation was ran by patriarchy. We got a whole, 40, 45, 46 presidents that have been in office that have ran this country down to the ground. So, you know, I just feel like Mother Earth, like shout out to the Queen Maker, like she say, Mother Earth is coming to claim what's hers. So that's a big reason why you're seeing all these movements. All this stuff is just not a coincidence. Mother Earth is coming back to claim what is hers. That's exactly what's going on. That's what y'all seeing right now. She's coming back, giving women the power that they already had, but they had it took from them. So it's in a position now where this whole world is rearranging. Basically, this earth is practically spiritually cleansing itself. And yes, you're going to see a lot more men fall. You're going to see a lot of more men exposed. And you know what? Those women who have been Pikmis, and you know, those women, let's say like a Carisha, a Young Miami, those women like that. I remember Carisha, and that remind me of this. I remember when Carisha was riding around in the car with Puffy, and she was like, yes, he just splurged on me a whole shopping spree. Yes, this is what this good, she talking about this is what good stuff will get you. This is what that good Tucci will get you. I got a whole shopping spree and I got clothes. Yeah, this is what that good stuff will get you. Those women that were running around with men like that, they're going to fall with the man. So all y'all Pikmis who around here for the validation of all these men, y'all going to be falling right along with them. And it's going to be the women who have decentered the man. Those are going to be the women who are slowly rising up. Those are going to be the women who are rising up. Y'all gonna see it. Y'all gonna see it. It's a whole shift happening out here. But yes, I didn't hit an hour. I didn't want to hold y'all too long. I hope y'all have a great rest of the week. I thank you all for tuning in, most definitely. But think about some of the things I said. You guys that's gonna watch the replay, go back, watch it from the beginning. And shout out to y'all and thank y'all so much for your time. And big shout out to all my new subscribers. And shout out to my moderator, Barbie. Shout out to Unpopular. Shout out to everybody that commented in the comment section. And You guys know me. I will be back with another one, and I'm signing out. Katie Talk 101.